All right, our next topic, we're going to discuss my first impressions on Evil West.
Evil.
West. This is almost like Red Dead Redemption meets a vampire game. I don't know. What was the last vampire game? Anyone?
Vampire Masquerade Ball.
Masquerade Ball.
Oh, Vampire the Masquerade Blood
Ball.
Hunt. Yeah.
So this game I was like super excited for, and this was one of the main reasons why I took a whole week off to beat God of War, because after that week, Evil West came out. And I was pumped about it, excited about it, and oh boy, I was overhyped about it.
Oh, no.
I was really surprised you were so hyped about this game, to be honest.
know.
I mean, it looked cool.
It looks so cool. The story is so quick and everything's happening so fast. Like, I had no clue what was happening, you know? And the gameplay mechanics are very old. Like, just a very old style game. And it's very linear. It's not open world, which was a little bit of turn off for me, but I was fine with it. You have so in the game, you basically after the Civil War, I believe. I'm trying to still collect with the story because I only played like an hour of it, and this is just my first impressions of it. The president came up with this organization to take down vampires because there was a hidden entity that's happening. So your main character, which your dad is running the organization, has to go out and hunt down all these vampires and kill them. Well, you run into this one vampire that you take with you, and you interrogate them and take them to the big vampire. And that's when you jump into your first boss fight, which is very fast to me because I was still getting the hang of the mechanics. It's mostly a beat 'em up, almost like an old style God of War, where you fight a lot and don't use guns as much. Later on, you get your revolver, which you shoot from the hip no matter what.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it threw me off.
I guess it's not that. I mean, I guess that's kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it threw me off a lot. And then you get a repeater that you can actually aim.
Okay.
And I just recently unlocked a shock glove for my left hand arm where I can bring up a shield to block, which is nice. I like that they added a feature of a shield because a lot of games don't do that, like Gotham Knights, where I can't block or counter or parry or anything, which you can do that in this game. You can kind of shock them and they're stunned and you can beat them up. And then on your right hand side is basically your main weapon is a gauntlet. And basically what the gauntlet does is just, it has like gas pressure behind it and it just lets you punch fast. So you can beat the living crap out of these vampires. And so far the game is not really like an open world, and I think I'm still comparing it to God of War, the new one I just played, because I'm just so used to it. But it's very linear. The open paths that you go down are very just closed off, and it just doesn't. I wish it was more open. The creatures that you fight, there are some unique ones. You have normal ones that are just beat 'em up type of creatures, which is fine, like this one we're showing right now. You just beat them up. And it's very easy in the very beginning, but then they start throwing more and more creatures and you start getting surrounded. And that's where the electric gauntlet comes into play because you can actually teleport out of there and teleport into them and shock them. Or you can do a dodge, which a dodge is very nice. It does an auto lock on some people whenever you're using your revolver, which I really enjoy because I can just pull it out and shoot and try to disperse a little bit. There also is some bosses do like this, their special ability, and you can deflect that by kicking them, which is weird and crazy. But it's just and I was talking to Joe about this during your birthday about it because he asked me about the game. And I told him the game's beautiful. I love the visual. I'm enjoying the story, even though it's very fast paced, but it feels like the gameplay is like super, super dated.
Yeah.
Where there could be a lot more improvements into it. I know this is its first installment of this game, but I'm just like, I feel like I'm playing an old PS2 game almost.
Seems like that.
And it's just...
It looks like Outriders means 1886 in the Wild West.
I think 1886 is a little bit better comparison than Outriders. Outriders, you still had kind of like a big open area. You are very closed off into this. And I think what they're leading up to, because I haven't gotten to like a big part where I feel like I'm about to die, is that I think they're just going to throw a butt ton of enemies at you, and it's almost like the game you guys were just playing, Dark Tide, where it's just going to be a constant flow of enemies and different ones doing different things. Because so far I encountered like 5 different types of enemies. The big bosses, mutated vampires, these mutated like tentacle-looking guys, which are more of the easier guys, and then another one that throws out these little orbs at you, and they follow you wherever you go. You can't shoot them. You can't do anything. You just have to dodge them and kill the thing that it came from.
Oh, wow.
So
That's intense.
it gets. I think that's where it's going to shine at, is that it's just going to throw all this stuff at you, and you're going to have to be constantly either dodging, shooting, or like punching them right in the face.
Fun beat 'em up.
A fun. I tell you this much: it is a very fun beat 'em up. Story could be interesting, but the cinematics for the story and all that and the context in it, it's just so slow and fast at the same time. It's not as interesting as it could be.
Yeah.
I feel like.
It's interesting. This game's developed by Flying Wild Hog. They're a Polish studio, and their last game, actually this year, was Trek to Yomi, which was a game that people were like, "This game is gonna be so good. It looks so good. It's gonna be amazing," and it just kind of like was underwhelming. But it had the art style of like, "Oh, this is gonna be like the next."
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, like great
was a
badass
samurai
like,
game.
like Limbo or whatever. Yeah, it was a
Samurai game in Limbo.
and it just got poorly reviewed. They just said it was just not great. Like the gameplay wasn't good. And before that, they've done Shadow Warrior series, which I mean I've heard a lot of that game, but it's like a 7 out of 10 kind of game, you know. So that's their pedigree. So it doesn't surprise me knowing where they came from, but it's also like, you know, there's like games like Greedfall that came out that I never played, but I mean Travis like talked very highly of that game.
I played it
and
too.
that was kind of
It
in
was
the
good.
same realm of like, oh, it's kind of like a B game, but
yeah.
still could be really good.
Yeah.
So I'm bummed about this because it looked really, really cool. And I'm going to play it. So I'm excited for it, but I'm sad that you don't like it as much as you wanted to.
I think I overhyped it way too much.
Yeah.
And like I shouldn't have been so overhyped about it, but I love vampires and I love like cowboy stuff. And I thought this was going to be the perfect combo, but it's fulfilling in a state where it's a good beat 'em up. You know what I mean? It's better than Avengers beat 'em up style. I think I like this way better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're not looking forward to Redfall?
Redfall? Oh, that's the first person shooter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With-
no,
with-
I'm
with
excited
vampires.
for that one. I want to
thought
play
you were
it.
shitting
But
on
there's
it.
No,
no
Travis
cowboys.
was. Yeah, well, there's no cowboys, of course. But
So that's the factor.
That's the
okay.
factor.
I gotta have cowboys,
Not in the
bro.
West. Not,
But like I don't know, Brett just recently bought it, and that's why I'm just doing my first impressions because I want to do the multiplayer. I think the multiplayer will be pretty fun, and then some of the takedowns. So like in some portions of the game, if you beat them up enough, and they'll glow like bright yellow or whatever, and you can take them down. Some of those are friggin' fun to do, and you can actually do an uppercut and punch them. And that you just feel so powerful, and you're just so small. You're just a small guy beating up these creatures. You can actually do a jump up, punch them into like an exploding barrel because it auto aim to it.
Oh, that's
you see
cool.
those things that are highlighted,
Yeah.
those spiky things. You can throw them right into that, and it's fun. I enjoy doing that. I think I enjoy the gameplay, but it's just old and dated. That's my issue.
that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Unlike, well, once again, I came off of God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, it's gonna
and
be
it's
tough.
just like it's kind of hard to. If I played this before God of War Ragnarok, I think I would have had a better time. And I think they released this at a wrong.
Yeah, because if you had
Time.
played it after or before God of War Ragnarok, you would have been coming off of Saints Row.
Yep,
and,
and I
Gotham
would-
Knights. You've been like, fuck yeah, this game's
This
amazing.
this is it, you know. But coming off
Bee's
the
knees.
the gameplay mechanics off of God of War Ragnarok and jumping into this, I'm just like, I kind of just want to finish up God of War Ragnarok, all the side mission stuff, but I want to push through this because I am a little bit enjoying the gameplay, and I think it's just mostly a nostalgia to the old style of God of War. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
See, they have like hidden stuff if you keep going down a path, but it's like
Yeah.
it's noticeable. You know what I mean?
This is like what's that game that you and Travis played?
Which one?
Um,
Remnant.
Cthulhu. Yeah, Remnant from
This-
the Ashes.
yes.
It's like that meets vampires.
Yes, this
Definitely has a Remnant vibe.
this feels like that a lot, but to me, a little bit smoother and not
can
as
see that.
clunky.
I can see
I
that.
thought this was going to be super clunky, but this guy can move fast, especially with his dodge and pulling out his weapons. It's just
Man,
on
if it's like
spot on the
Remnant-
money.
Kind of. I can get into this. Because the way you're talking about, I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to play this anymore. But yeah, like Remnant is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, well, for the time, there's like nothing out, and so playing that for the first time is interesting, and going through those open worlds and discovering stuff.
Well, Remnant had those really good like Dark Souls like boss battles too that you had to
True.
play with your
With
friends and stuff like
guns and-
that. Yeah.
We had physical weapons, didn't we?
Yeah, you have
we
it.
did.
Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, man. There's something missing out of this game. I'm ready for Brett to play it. I'm ready for us to jump into it, and maybe you'll have a better take on it. But I'm only an hour in. I actually stopped playing. I'm going to wait for this guy to continue playing.
That's a
it.
good cutscene.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, the cutscenes are good, but they're fast, and it gets like
That's
straight to
sad.
the point. And I kind of
That's
want them to
sad.
dive into this. And this is actually opening
God
up
of War.
to yeah. God of War spoiled me way too much. And like I said, if this came out before God of War, oh, it'll been a little different. But so far, what I have unlocked was a shotgun gauntlet, a repeater, a shotgun, and a revolver. And the shotgun has a charge on it that is basically just a blast, and that's it. So,
Look at that,
and,
this. Sorry, go ahead.
and you just slowly unlock that as the story progresses. So, what are you going?
This video says it's 7 hours and 30 minutes long, and it's full walkthrough gameplay. Does that mean this game is only 7.5 hours long?
To be honest, it might be. I don't think
crazy.
this game's worth the price point. I'm playing on the PS5. I think a drop, maybe $35.
How much
It's
did you
decent.
pay?
I think.
I don't want to say.
Yeah, I don't want to say. I think.
$60.
I think
full
it was
price?
60.
Wow.
I think it was 60.
I think it might even be 70.
I think it might be 70 actually.
No way.
Yeah, we have to look it up. I can't remember because, like I said, I was excited.
Well, I freaking paid seven. Wait, no, I paid 60. How much
Oh, it's
was
60. It's 60.
60. That's what I
God.
thought. Okay.
How much was Gotham Knights?
70.
It's already on sale for like
Yeah.
No. Well, I
30
told you
bucks.
guys. I was like, it's
Oh.
going to go on sale,
Yeah.
which, I mean, it's fine.
It's
Apparently,
not
I'm on the
even-
last level with Jason here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what he said.
we were talking about
Where
that.
are you at?
Nowhere.
Austin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Nowhere.
you haven't played any since?
God of War
God
Ragnarok
of War came out, man. I'm not
Bro,
playing
the Gotham
anymore.
Knights so much better.
And also, the skill tree is super basic. Like, it's not in depth or anything like that. And then the customization is so far from what I found, because you can find these hidden chests around, super basic.
So with the studio who's making this game, did they do a good job given like what they've done and where they're at now?
I don't know. I never played Shadow Warrior, but
I didn't either.
yeah.
I think
I mean, it's assuming this is like a
with
young
this game,
studio.
a young
No, they've been
studio.
around for 12 years.
Yeah,
Is
but
that young?
No.
I think
Sure.
Yeah.
I think they haven't. This could have been their like kickoff game that everyone would know them for, but I don't think it's going to hit it. I don't think it's going to hit that mark.
Like it almost feels like a Gears game in a way,
Dude, it is
and that's
like-
what I was kind of expecting.
Yeah.
To some degree. I mean, not obviously the way that Gears is, but like I just felt like
And then
it
like
could have had that impact.
so it's a linear path game, and in the areas that you do combat in, because every once in a while you do a combat in that scenario. The area is so small, and I don't know how it's going to work out with multiplayer, because I think it only supports 2 players, but it's just such a small area. I just haven't gotten to a level where I feel like it's wide enough to like dodge, breathe around, do a zappy thing every once in a while. But yeah,
The enemies look interesting.
So-
it's interesting.
What does Travis think about this?
Oh, Travis, he watched a little bit. He was interested in it, but I don't think he actually sat down because we were busy this past weekend. And
I
I
see,
haven't
I see.
had a chance to actually. I only had one chance to sit down and like play it.
Yeah.
And then I was playing it for a little bit because Brett and I were supposed to play Gotham Knights, and he texted me to text him when I was ready, and I thought he meant he will tell me when I'm ready. So I'm sitting here playing this game, and I'm like, where the hell is Brett at? And then I ended up playing it for a little bit and got deeper into it. But it's not bad. It's just simple. It's a simple beat 'em up, and that's it.
Guess who owns this development studio?
Tencent.
Embracer Group.
Oh,
Yeah.
who does?
Everybody. They own everybody.
Oh, is it a China company?
No, that's the company we talked about that acquired like 30 groups, and they own Gearbox now, and
That's right. That's right.
They just own everything outside of Microsoft.
Man, you don't even hear about them.
Yeah, they're that hidden group that owns like 40% of.
They're the Illuminati of video games.
Illuminati of video games.
They really are.
But I am playing this on the PS5, and so will Brett whenever he decides to play with me on it.
Yep.
After
Do it
we beat
tonight.
Gotham Knights.
Oh yeah, Gotham Knights got to finish first.